The night never asked me who I was. It only watched me breathe beneath ceilings that kept secrets. I was the girl who learned silence before language. I was the one who counted the cracks in the wall and called them stars because I had nothing else to wish on. I remember the hum of old lights and the way the floor whispered when someone left. I remember holding my breath so long that my ribs began to sing. I remember the sound of rain and how it felt like mercy on days when mercy was nowhere to be found. I kept thinking that pain must end somewhere, that maybe if I walked far enough, I would find the edge of it. I walked through years like through fog, my hands empty, my heart heavier than bone. I watched people smile and wondered how they did it, how they carried sunlight inside them while I was still learning how to stand without shaking. I told myself to keep going because stopping felt like dying, and I was not ready to die. I was ready to see what came next, even if it was more hurt. I left the small room I called home. I left the street that remembered my footsteps. I left everything that kept me small, and I stepped into a world that did not know my name. The world was loud and cold and beautiful. It broke me and built me. At the same time, I worked jobs that ate my days and nights. I slept under cheap lights. I cried in public bathrooms. I dreamed of something better, even when better felt like a story for someone else. I met people who lied and people who loved me, just enough to remind me what love could be. I fell and I rose. I fell again. I learned that falling is not failure. It is the body remembering gravity. I learned that scars are just the body's way of writing survival into skin. I learned that loneliness is not the absence of people, but the space where you meet yourself. I kept walking, I kept breathing, I kept believing that the girl I used to be was still somewhere inside, waiting to forgive me for everything I had to do to survive. Years passed, the world changed, I changed. I began to build something small, but mine, a life that was quiet and kind. I planted flowers on my windowsill and watched them grow. I wrote words that no one read but me. I began to smile for no reason. I realized that healing is not a destination. It is the slow return of light to places that forgot what light felt like. I still carry the old pain like a shadow. It follows me softly, but it no longer leads. I have learned that success is not applause. It is waking up and wanting to stay. It is being able to look at the mirror and not look away. I have learned that peace is not forgetting. It is forgiving the moments that broke you. I still dream of the girl I used to be, and sometimes she dreams of me. We meet in the middle of memory and hold hands for a while. She tells me she is proud. I tell her she was always the brave one. The world tried to end her, but she became the beginning instead. And when I walk through the city at night with the wind against my face, I know I made it. Not because I won, but because I am still here, breathing.